Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Take It to the Hizzy Fantasy Basketball, TITTH number 204. I'm your host, Justin Bruni. We got Stephen Hammond and Blake Jacobs with us this evening. Happy Friday, gents. How we doing?
What's going on?
Doing good, guys. How are you?
Good, good. Can't complain. Another week in the books. Another week closer to New Year, Christmas, whatever. Moving forward. Can't complain.
Right.
We got some ball games.
You guys do Black Friday shopping?
No, I don't.
No, me either. I'm not. I'm too scared of that.
Yeah, I used to work Black Friday. That was a fun part of my life. I worked at Sears for a long while there, and every year they just gradually moved up the start time. So it'd be like, oh, we got Black Friday this week, guys. Get here at 4 a.m. It's gonna be a big day. And then like the next year, it's like, yep, we're coming in at midnight. Next year, we're coming in at 8 p.m. Thanksgiving. It's going to be a great 18-hour shift. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so after all that, I'm good. I'm good. I bought a computer at the beginning of this month. Probably wasn't the best time to buy it, but you know, I needed it. So yeah, not the biggest Black Friday fan. I'll just be chilling at home, sweating off all the meat that I endured the day before.
Amen.
Yeah, amen to meat sweats. That's right, Steve. Absolutely. All right, let's jump into tonight's rundown. Let's get into our best bets. I am going to lead off. I got DeMar DeRozan leaning heavily on the Bulls tonight. I'm going DeMar DeRozan over 19.5 points. Of the 15 games that the Bulls have played this season, he's only missed that in 3 games. So I'm going over the 19.5 plus the Bulls win, and I've got a $5 holler on DeMar to register the first basket and for a Bulls win. That's paying like plus 15.79. So hoping for the best. What do you guys got?
I got Blake Griffin over 9.5 points. Nets are just banged up. I think this will be his game. I mean, they're going against the Magic. No better team to do it against. So, yeah, I like that.
What do you got, Blake?
Yeah. I like both those picks. My pick is going to be Tim Hardaway over 16.5 points. They played Phoenix on Thursday. He played 37 minutes, shot the ball 23 times. They didn't have Luka in that game. They won't have Luka in this game. They're playing the same team. Why not go over it again? He had 22 points the last time. I think he can get over that 16.5 there.
Yeah, I like it. And like you said, there should be plenty of volume for him with Doncic out. All right, cool. Let's move over to our Monkey Knife Fight props. First up, we've got a points race here between De'Aaron Fox and Fred VanVleet. De'Aaron Fox looking at 23.5 points. Fred VanVleet, 21.5. What do you guys like here? Over, under?
I'm going to go under for both. I think De'Aaron Fox has been playing better of late, but I think he just really sits around those low 20s, even lower than this. So I'm going to go under for him, and I think the same thing for VanVleet. He has a couple games where he'll go off for, put in 30, but I just don't think that's one of these games. So I'm going to go under for both. Gotcha.
What do you think, Blake?
I'm just looking at it here now. I didn't have the sheet pulled up, so I'm just waiting for it to load up. You said it was we're going VanVleet and Fox. I got you here. So we're going points. Yeah. I am actually going to go over for both. Okay. I think that the game is going to be a little bit up paced, not completely slowed down. Sacramento plays kind of fast. And I feel like Toronto's going to be there to match it. And VanVleet, I saw somebody else talking about him saying that they think he's going to go off tonight. So I think it's going to go over.
There's definitely more opportunity with Anunoby out. There's going to be some more points to go around, but they do have Pascal Siakam back, so he's healthy now. So I do see, him and VanVleet doing the most damage for the Raptors tonight. But I'm with Steve. I'm going with the under for both of these, and I'm just going with the trend. So VanVleet has never had back-to-back games this season over the 21.5. He went over this number in his last game. He doesn't have back-to-backs going over 21.5 so far through 15 games. And De'Aaron Fox, he's 0 for 11 in his last 11 games to this number. He started the season out hitting this number 4 games in a row. He hasn't done it since. So I'm going to fade both of those numbers. I'm going to go the under Fox and VanVleet on points. Next up, we've got Nikola Jokic and Zach Levine in a fantasy points matchup. It looks like Jokic is going to play. They said he was questionable, but it seemed like he was going to be good to go. I'll try and get an update on that. Right now, you have Jokic's fantasy point numbers at 52.5 and Zach Levine at 40.5. I like the over for both as long as Levine is going to play. As long as Jokic plays, I like him to go over that total. What do you guys think?
I'm going over for both. Yeah, I think the usage is there.
Yeah, I'm going to go under for Jokic just for the points that you said. Just health coming into it, but I think Levine will hit this number pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like it would have been rest. They're coming off a back-to-back. They've lost a couple of games in a row as well, so there could be some opportunity to just, throw them down. No need to run them into the Bulls on back-to-back nights, and he was carrying the load big time for them last night. They lost to the 76ers, who they were hosting at home, and they're just 7-2 at home on the year. I don't love them tonight. I'm really leaning into the Bulls, like I said. So I like it, but I still think Jokic will go over the number, but I don't know. It just depends on how many minutes he plays. All right, next up, we've got a points battle between Devin Booker and Kristap Porzingis, who will have more points tonight, but Porzingis gets a 3.5-point bonus. I actually like Porzingis on this one. They're scoring right around the same mark, like 24 to 29 points.
Yeah, it's a gamble. Either way, I think that either one could take over the spot, even with that 3.5 point little bump to Kristap's. Booker just has more volume, especially at the 3-point line. He's going to get more looks there. I mean, if I had to choose, I'm taking Kristap's because of the 3.5 point bump. But I mean, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I'm going to stay the same way. I just think if Luka was in, I would take Booker here, but I think they're going to really call on Porzingis this game. So give me the points, and I think he beats Booker.
Sounds good. And then last one up here, Deandre Ayton versus Javel Mcgee, total rebounds, but Javel Mcgee gets a 5.5 rebound bonus. I guess give me Mcgee.
I'm just going to take Ayton because that number is ridiculous.
It's a little questionable for sure.
I'm gonna actually go Ayton. I'm going Ayton. Just the 5.5 was very enticing with McGee, but Ayton, I mean, he's getting 13 pretty easily, so I kind of feel like I'm just gonna go there.
Yeah, McGee's getting like 6 or 7, so it's literally gonna come down to like 1 or 2 difference. But I'm gonna go McGee. Give me the 5.5. Let's go. Let's dig in. All right, let's jump into our game previews. Of course, we've had some games start here, so we're going to go with the games that have not started yet. We're going to double back to the live betting at the end of the show. Once some action has already taken place, we can talk some live numbers. Excuse me. All right, first up, we've got Oklahoma City Thunder coming into Milwaukee. Road dogs, big dogs on the spread, plus 12.5 on the spread, plus 640 on the money line. Over under is at 215. The Bucks are getting back Chris Middleton, getting a little bit healthier. Now they're putting Connaughton on the bench. I don't love the 12.5 though. I don't love it. What do you guys think in this game?
I would love the 12.5, but I think they can get it done. They return Middleton. You have Giannis obviously still performing like Giannis does. There's not much fight for the Thunder, and them being on the road makes all the difference. So I'm going to go Bucks laying the 12.5.
All right. What do you think, Blake?
I'm just staying away from it. I don't really have an opinion on this one, guys.
Yeah, it's definitely not on my card. Like I don't have it in my actual live bets, but I believe the Thunder are going to cover. They're 6-2 ATS in their last 8 games. The Bucks, they've had a hard time covering. I believe they're 3-8. I was going to say 2-6, 3-8 ATS in their last 11. So they've had a hard time covering the spreads, and this is a big one at the 12.5 points here. Give me like a 102-90 win for the Bucks here. I still like them to win outright. They're obviously, big favorites, minus 900 on the money line. So they're making us pick the points. Is there a situation where you'd buy back any points from either side, Steve? Or you're just that into the Bucks at the 12.5?
No, I mean, yeah, if I could see it at like 10, I'd like it a lot more there.
Okay.
But you're going to lose a lot of value when you buy, 2.5 points there. So if you're going to play this, just play it at the 12, in my opinion.
Well, what do you guys think about the total at 215? I really like the under, given my prediction, the 102 to 90. So I would feel really comfortable about that. Which would you rather take here, the under or over 215, or the spread either direction?
I'm probably going to have to go under. I like that more.
Yeah.
Thunder kind of just slow teams up, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't score a lot, but they play pretty well defensively. They rank 13th in the league for points allowed on defense, but they rank 29th on offense. So, some mixed practices there between the two teams. Conversely, Milwaukee ranks 21st for points allowed, 14th for points scored. So, their offense, versus their defense is actually a pretty good matchup at the 14 and 13 slots there. That's why I like the Thunder to cover, and just also recency bias. They've been playing well. But I would agree the under 215 would probably be my favorite there, of what we have between these, 6 optional picks. All right, moving on. One of the games I really do love tonight, the Clippers traveling to New Orleans. I really love the Clippers tonight. They are road favorites, -4.5 on the spread, -190 on the money line, and the over-under is at 214.5. Another one where I also really like the under. Honestly, I don't believe the Pelicans are going to score 100 points tonight at home. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think that the offense is lacking a lot of pieces. I mean, they're really missing Zion. I've heard that he's cleared for one-on-one contact. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we can get him back on the court. Hopefully they don't just shut down the team because they're losing all these games. But yeah, I don't think that they can score 100 points either, man.
What do you like here, Steve?
I want to say the Clippers. I haven't understood this number since I looked at it all day. Public's heavy on the Clippers, 84%. If I had to play it, I'd play probably Clippers money line.
I did the same.
There's something up with this line, I feel like.
I mean, Devontae Graham may not even play in this game. He's still questionable. I'll try to get an update there, see what we have. But, I mean, if you just look at the lineups, you look at their records, I mean.
Yeah, and I don't think the Pelicans are a good team at all. So, if I had to, but, I feel like as a gambling-wise, betting with my heart, I'm going to lay my money on the Clippers. But something's there.
Devontae Graham is out tonight. Satoransky will start.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that plays a difference.
We should look at some Thomas Satoransky props. I bet he's going to be working up some dimes, maybe a couple of rebounds. I would love him at over 9.5, points, rebounds, assists. Just saying.
That's a good number.
When he gets in, he gets involved, and he's a big guard, so he can do a little bit of everything. Anthony Davis driving the lane. Lakers up 6-5. Good looking game so far. But yeah, I love the Clippers here. This is a great spot for them. You're nothing but profit this year betting against the Pelicans. They're 2-14 on the season. They're on pace right now for 10 wins. You know what I mean? Blake, you and I were talking about this the other day about Zion. He's cleared for one-on-ones, but you know what? It comes after that: 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s, 4-on-4s, 5-on-5s. Then he probably sits for a little bit. Then he actually gets back into the game. Playing some minutes, not meaningful minutes. I don't think we're going to see him on the floor this year. I really don't. If he is able to come back, what's he going to come back to? 8 wins, 10 wins. If they somehow got going, like I said, they're 2-14 right now. Like I said, they're on pace for 10, 9, 11 wins, somewhere in that range. I don't know. I think we may have already seen Zion's last days as a Pelican, at least on the floor, anyways. I don't know. Did you guys read the story about how they I don't know, they fired some people to make his food better or something? I don't know. I'm paraphrasing.
I had not heard that. They need to. I mean, man.
They were taking in his culinary requests very seriously, apparently, and that's a big effort to get him to re-sign after next offseason. I'm like, what? Are other people reading this? Why am I reading this? You know what I mean? I didn't get it. But they're like, oh yeah, we're taking the situation real seriously. We're trying to nurse him back to health slowly. We're trying to feed him correctly.
Yeah,
at least what he wants to be fed.
They're going to limit his minutes when they come back, when they should have been limiting his minutes at the buffet.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I just don't see him playing any meaningful minutes this season. And when you just look at their body of work so far, 2-14s, 6-10 ATS, 5-11 for the over. They're only 1-6 at home. I don't see any upside for them tonight. They rank 25th in points scored. They rank 26 in points allowed. 2-7 in their last 9 ATS. You know, like I would stay away from the spread. The value is good enough to just take the Clippers in the money line. So pull volt past that. Next up, we got the Bulls traveling to Denver, coming in as technically road dogs, +1 on the spread, but now we're down to even money on the money line. Bulls at -105, Denver Nuggets at -115. The over-under in this game is at 208 points. I love the over there. Denver's been playing great defense, but this is the Chicago Bulls, and they are on fire right now. I know they took one on the chin, you know, with Zach Levine missing an open three-pointer at the end of the game against the Blazers the other day, but this team has still been very profitable, and they're playing very good basketball right now.
Yeah, I'll take the over on the game, and I'll take the +1 for the Bulls.
I got the Bulls at +100 earlier, so.
Yeah, I like the Bulls with the +1 money line. Doesn't matter. Playing really, really good. They obviously dropped that one to the Trailblazers, but you can kind of see the writing on the wall there with their bigs got in foul trouble really early.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously already depleted with the bigs. And Larry Nance was doing good for them. Zeller was doing good for the Trailblazers. So as long as they can avoid that, here, or else Jokic has the ability just to eat if that happens.
I think they really need to focus on double teaming him outside of the paint, actually. Like, I think that we can defend him inside just because he is kind of a little bit lankier, and you're going to still see those double teams. But I'd like to see him pressured a little bit more outside, and just, you know, if he makes them cool, if not, whatever. Or because who are they going to really pivot to? I know Will Barton's actually healthy again. I dropped Will Barton yesterday because I thought he was going to be out again. I was like, man, when the hell is this guy going to be back? And then literally like 3 hours later, like, oh, he's playing, and then he nearly drops a fucking triple-double. Driving me crazy. The Bulls have all the leverage, you know, other than like, you know, the 4th and 5th spot, right? Because you got DeMar, you know, playing a stretch 4. You know, we've got Kobe White back, so he's another reserve that you can throw in there and, you know, kind of move guys along. You can put, you know, Levine at the 3 and DeMar at the 4 if you really want to. But I just trust them a lot more. You know, they play at a much better pace. Denver plays a little bit slower, better defense. Denver, the fewest points allowed per game by any team right now. So they've been cashing unders 4 and 11 to the over. Just don't love them at home tonight up against the Bulls. I don't think it's a great matchup. Jokic banged up a little bit, should still play meaningful minutes tonight, a majority of the game, but also playing in a back-to-back. So give me Chicago here. You guys both like the over?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Agreed. All right. Next up, we've got the Dallas Mavericks traveling to the Phoenix Suns, coming in as road dogs, +8.5 on the spread, +305 on the money line. And the over-under here is at 211 points. I love the Suns, but I don't love 8.5. 7 is the number that's just kind of calling to me. And buying that down to 7, I'm getting it at like -152. That's what I feel really good about. That 8.5 seems like a weird number to me. What do you guys like here?
Seems a little too big at 8.5. I totally agree. Suns to win outright. I definitely think that, but at 8.5, I think I'm going to take the Mavericks.
Okay.
I just have a feeling that +305 looks nice. I'm just going to take the Mavericks money line here. Maybe parlay up with something safe.
I don't know, man. I trust the Suns a lot more. 11-3 on the year.
I agree, but I want to make some money.
Hey, why not?
I think that the Mavericks very well could beat them here, and it was close the last game. Let me look at the exact score. Do you remember what the score?
I don't. I believe they blew them out. I thought it was a big margin.
I thought it was pretty close.
If you're taking the Mavs, I just go with that spread then. Maybe even buy it up to the 10.
Yeah, they lost by 7 points.
Oh, snap. Well,
so
and there was no Doncic in that game too, right?
Yeah, there was no Doncic, and they hung around the whole game.
All right. Can't hate on it too much then. Ooh, LeBron with a nice steal on Dennis Schroeder. Moving up the floor.
Where are you guys at with the over-under on that game?
I'm going over.
Yeah, I think we should go over just because it should have a fast pace of play. I feel like that's how the Mavericks are going to try to beat them, is, you know, just a lot of fast pace, a lot of transition offense. I'll take the over there. I think both are at a high clip. Dallas 4-8-2, Phoenix 4-10, so maybe not so much. Phoenix, they rank 5th in the league for total scoring, and Dallas just 23rd. Actually, both these teams are top 15 in defense. We might be wrong on that. Dallas, they rank 12th. Phoenix, they rank 10th for points allowed. So 211 might be a nice under.
Yeah,
I don't love it. I don't have it on any of my cards. That total wasn't really in my head anywhere. But those rankings, they may push me away from that over.
Dallas shot the 3 ball in that last game 32 times at 50%, and Phoenix shot the 3 ball 39 times at 33%. So I mean, they didn't even really shoot it that good. So I think that over looks pretty good, especially if the 3 ball's falling.
Was that game in Dallas?
It was in Phoenix.
Okay, interesting. Another one in Phoenix. All right. Well, we'll see what happens there. All right. Lastly, we have Toronto Raptors traveling to Sacramento, coming in as road dogs, +3 on the spread, +127 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 220.5. I like the Raptors in this one. So if you like a plus number, Blake, I like the Raptors at the +127.
Maybe parlay that together.
Parlay. Yeah, that'll make you a pretty penny. That's for sure. What do you guys like here?
I can't get myself to touch either one of these spreads. Well, I guess if I was going for the Raptors, but I'm just kind of split here. If I had to go with a safe play, I'm going to go Kings money line.
Okay. Yeah, I like the Raptors a little bit more. They're starting Blake's guy, Chimizi Mutu, at the 4. The Kings, they're a little hobbled right now. But like we've mentioned before, they still score a lot of points. They play at a really good pace. It's just that I don't believe that that's going to be the case tonight. The Raptors have a very solid defense. They love to slow things down, and I feel like it's going to be their game to control here. And we should note that neither of these teams are playing very well right now. The Raptors coming in 1-6 ATS in their last 7. Sacramento just 1-5 ATS in their last 6. So neither of these teams are playing great basketball right now. I like the experience and the talent a little bit more on the Raptors. So there, to me, I'm laying just more confidence points, I guess. I just trust them just a little bit more.
Fair.
I like it.
All right. Let's jump down to the fantasy waiver wire. First up, Steve, you mentioned this guy already, Larry Nance Jr., coming off a 16-9-3 performance against the Bulls, had 3 steals and a block in that game. Game prior, 15-5-2. Only played 20 minutes the previous 2 games, but still 5-2-2, 9-4, 2-1. Seems like the accumulation of production starting to gather here. You mentioned Cody Zeller as well. Only 42% rostered on Yahoo platforms. Is this someone that you're interested in dabbling with here? Some Larry Nance Jr.?
I mean, his production is really like a direct correlation with the minutes. When he's sitting right around that 20 to low or high teens, it's not necessarily there. But yeah, if he can consistently be hitting this at least 23 minutes a game, I think he can be a person that I'd want to pick up.
What do you think, Blake?
Yeah, it just depends on how many minutes he's getting. Was someone hurt last game? Like what's going on here with the minutes?
I can take a peek really quick.
Or is he just getting around 20 to 25 every game now?
I can't
it's like
think of
20 to 25.
I can't think of anyone that was.
Nope, he's playing behind Covington and Nurkic.
Yeah. Okay, so
him and Zeller round out the second group.
I think he's a great guy to have at the end of your bench then. I mean, barring an injury from Covington or Nurk, I mean, he'll just explode then. I mean, he might be a great guy to hold on to.
I just love the defense. Last 4 or 5 games here, 1, 2, 2, 0, 1, 2. Those are all steals. Like the steals are there, the blocks are occasional, and look what he doesn't do. He doesn't turn the ball over,
which is great.
0, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 2, 1. Like he's maintaining his possessions. He doesn't get to the free throw line enough for me. I guess that's my biggest. Or actually, I was looking at the wrong player. 3-0-0-1.
I was gonna say, I was like, yeah,
that's not correct. I was moving on to the next guy, who I'm also pretty excited about. But Larry Nance, he's just a fill-in guy for me. Just a nightly fill-in, not someone that I'm going to hold on to for a long time. On your roster, off your roster, on your roster, off your roster type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, defensive dynamo Pat Connaughton of the Milwaukee Bucks. He's getting steals at a high clip. 1, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2 in his last 6 games there. And he's scoring a lot. 16, 11, 15, 23, and 8. He's making 3-pointers, 4, 3, 3, 7, and 2. Playing a lot of minutes. He did start a few games, but his last game he still came off the bench up against the Lakers. I like Connaughton long-term here, even with Middleton back in his last game. Still put up 16 and 4, had a block, had a steal, still made 3 3-pointers. He has a role on this team, and they need him. Very thin bench here. You guys with it?
Yeah, the thing I like about him is if Giannis sits, he gets the minutes. If Giannis is playing, most of the time Milwaukee's beating the hell out of teams. So if they're up big, he comes in and gets the minutes anyways. So I think that he's a great guy to have at the end of your roster.
And I just feel like him and Grayson Allen are just so interchangeable. They both play the same game.
Yeah, I think he takes some of that. Like, in my mind, he trumps Grayson Allen. So I think that bodes well for him. And like you said, long term, that's kind of what you're looking for. He can put up a decent amount of points in low volume. Like, he doesn't have to just constantly be getting his shots. So yeah, I like him. The minutes are definitely there. Coming off the bench or starting, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I think Grayson Allen takes a bigger bump from Middleton returning.
He's going to be in the starting lineup still, but I feel like they're both going to play still around the same amount of minutes. Like I said, Middleton, I believe, was back in the last game, and Connaughton still had nearly the same minute total from the 2 games prior where he started. So, all right, moving on here, we got Javel Mcgee, only 22% rostered, center for the Phoenix Suns. Not playing a ton of minutes, but man, getting it done with a limited amount. 10 and 6 his last game, 12 minutes. Had 3 blocks in that 12 minutes. Game prior, 11 minutes, 2 blocks. Not many points, only 2, but he had 7 rebounds and an assist. Game prior, 25 points, 19 and 14, 3 blocks. See a lot of defense, see a lot of rebounds. Does he have a season-long role on your fantasy bench?
Yeah, I mean, not really for me. I think, though, you know what you're getting for him. If you're in categories and you need to pick, someone up on a random night for rebounds, if you're depleted at the big man position, go out, grab him. He's going to add defensively 2 and 3 blocks. That's huge. Yeah,
in a categories league, he's great. Other than that, if you're like really struggling for if you're in a points league and you just need points, I mean, not terrible, but yeah, I'm surprised that he's on most people's rosters. I mean, all I ever think of when I see him is Shaq saying Javel Mcgee on Shackton, Javel Mcgee.
Who he play for? The Wizards. Incorrect.
Right. The Nuggets? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. He's always moving around. He's a journeyman, but yeah, I agree with you. He's probably just someone that you just keep afloat till you don't need him anymore. Obviously, there's going to be always guys available on the waivers, right? And there's probably going to be someone that's playing more minutes that's going to have more availability for you. All right, Rudy Gay is up next. He's only 5% rostered. Just played his first game back with the Jazz. It was great. Not a lot of playing time, though. 18 minutes, 20 points, 5 boards, and 2 assists in just 18 minutes.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good.
It is great.
And 5 3-pointers made? Holy hell.
Yeah, he was just hot. The thing is that roster is so flooded with great players. I just don't see how this is sustainable.
Really? I would assume he's going to play more minutes at some point. It's his first game back.
I mean, who's he going to take minutes from?
Ingles or Bogdanovich. I don't know.
So he had 18 minutes. You think he's going to play more than that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. It's only his first game back. It's only his first game back.
He's going to take him from Royce. He's going to take him from Ingles. He's going to take him from Bog. I mean, there's a lot of players that are on that roster. I just don't think the only thing I could see happening is him getting that 15 to 20 minutes, no more, no less. I don't think him getting 20 points is going to be an everyday occurrence.
Sure. I could see that, but I feel like he's still going to have more minutes coming. I don't know, but I mean, like you just said, like 5 3-pointers made in 18 minutes. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't expect him to maintain that clip all season long, but I feel like he gives them a ton of creativity for lineup management, and he would be featured most likely in that second group with Clarkson and Ingles. And I mean, That's a great secondary group.
It is.
So I definitely see him getting closer to the 24 to 26 minutes a night. That's perfectly fine for me in fantasy. I mean,
okay.
I've had guys that play less than that I'm just clipping, back into the lineup. So yeah, I don't hate it at all. I mean, you're fair to the point like maybe, hey, we wait and see on it, but a name like Rudy Gay may not stick around on your waiver wire. You know what I mean?
I agree like
he's
that.
5% rostered now. Let him play another game where he hits 4 or 5 threes, and that ain't going to be the case.
Yeah, he's like a Nick Batum, in my opinion. Like, he could be great, could be, it just depends on the minutes, and it depends on his health.
Right, but the difference is that Nick Batum gets to start. If Rudy Gay was on a team where he would start, then he would obviously have that production to meet that. But you get one injury, he's a starter. You know what I mean? Like Donnie Mitchell goes down for a minute, he's in the game. You can move Bojan down, and like I said, like those guys like Ingles, Bogdanovich, Gay, Paschal, those are players that can play at multiple positions that just give you so much creativity in your lineup that they're going to be on the floor. It just hurts you having them on the bench, in my opinion. You can constantly make subs or substitutions, and keep fresh legs on the floor. And this is a team that plays at a great pace, that loves to shoot 3-pointers. I think there's a lot to like. To me, I'm just getting a very experienced player that will play meaningful minutes on a very, very good team. Settle it for us, Steve. Are you grabbing Rudy Gay or what?
Yeah, so I think he does see some more minutes as this just is his first game. Stat line's kind of a dud when you take out those 5 threes. So, I get that. But even you reduce that to what's a normal, would be a normal night for him. But I think you hit it in the fact that, this late, I shouldn't say late in the season, but right now you're probably not going to have the upside of getting a Rudy Gay caliber player that's playing for a really, really good team where if injury, anything like that, and they're going to be making a deep run. They're going to be trying to, be clicking on all cylinders. So I would pick up Rudy Gay.
Jalen Suggs has 17 points in the first quarter.
Well, that's not great.
39-23 Magic lead the Nets.
Ouch. How's Blake looking?
Though. Blake Griffin's got 2. That means we're almost on pace. Almost.
Almost. One more point. Okay, technically 2, but we're getting there. All right, next up, we're moving along here. Speaking of the Magic, Terence Ross coming off a 19-2-2-2 game, 19-0-2 the game before that, 7-2-4, 17-3-1. In this circumstance, we have a player who plays a lot on a very bad team. Are you guys buying in on Terence Ross?
I'm not going crazy over him just because you saw what he was doing earlier. He was just he wasn't putting in that many points. One thing I will compliment him on is he doesn't turn the ball over at all. It's
very little.
It's like wild for the amount of time he plays and the position he plays.
And the team he plays for.
Yeah, that's fair also. And I don't know. I'm not buying all the hype though.
Fair enough. What do you think, Blake? 19% rostered.
Yeah, I agree. I think that he's some guy that you could have if the options are not that great on your waivers. Yes, I think that he should be rostered. But the Magic are on a youth movement, and he's old news. They want to see what they have in these young players, and I feel like his minutes are going to start diminishing, especially if you have Jalen Suggs, first-year rookie, dropping 17 in the first quarter against the Nets.
Right. So you're telling me he's going to the Lakers? Oh, okay. Right.
I wouldn't surprise me. That would be a good pickup for him.
Oh, Alabama Slammer going up top to AD. Rondo serving up a dish. That was beautiful. Marcus Smart putting Rondo back on a poster and one going to the line. Love it. Got Lakers up 32-21. Marcus Smart going to the line for an and one. Terence Ross, not bad. Don't love him. Like we said, guy's going to play a lot of minutes on a very bad team. If that's the case, the youth movement, then yeah, we could see him moved. If he was on a team like the Lakers, I would definitely want to be buying in on him. But again, another guy that's going to be on and off teams. Turnovers is really nice though, as Steve mentioned. All right, next up we got Grant Williams of the Boston Celtics, having some pretty impressive performances. 30, 24, 27 minutes his last 3 games, 18-6, 11-4, 1-1, 11-5. What do you guys think?
Those minutes aren't going to be sustainable. They're just not going to be sustainable. Those minutes are coming off of games where either Horford sat or Robert Williams sat. So, and a lot of these points are coming from him hitting his threes. He's just shooting lights out from the 3-point line.
He had three, or no, I don't have that here. That was free throws made. Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm just saying that the minutes aren't going to be sustainable. All the minutes that he's been getting is because of either Robert Williams sitting or Horford sitting. So yeah, he's a great guy.
Because I grabbed.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I grabbed Grant in one league.
Robert Williams is sitting tonight.
Yep, and I had him on the very same team. So I had him. I picked up Grant because Robert Williams was game time decision, so he's out. Yep. Well, what do you think about that, though? I mean, Al Horford, he's not getting any riper with age, you know? Yeah. I mean, could there be something there just worthy of a stash in like a deep bench league?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that he's a decent player. He's nothing great. He's nothing to, write home about. But when he's plugged in, he's going to get you some points.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Steve? Any love?
Yeah, sure. I believe Blake more than anyone else. He's the resident Celtics fan. I don't watch much Celtics basketball this year.
Yeah, smart man. It's not very fun. It's not very fun. Yeah. I remember
it's fun when Jaylen Brown's playing. It is.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. The last time I bet on the Celtics was the double overtime game up against the Wizards, and I was just betting the total in that game, and that was a roller coaster. That was a wild ride, and I did not appreciate the ride that they took me on. But by the second overtime, we hit that over, baby. It took forever.
Yeah.
Exhausting watching that game.
So I think they've been to overtime the most out of any team in the league so far.
I wouldn't doubt it. They just love to not play fourth quarter defense. I don't know what it is, but that's the Celtics right now.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got Pat Beverly for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Getting a lot of minutes, of course. He's their starter. 8-3-7, 14-6-7, 10-7-1, 5-1-2, 11-7-4. Adding in the blocks, adding in the steals. He's only 22% rostered. I mean, is this hating the Timberwolves? Is this hating the name Beverly? Like, what's going on here? These are ownable numbers.
Oh yeah, I feel like we just talked about him too a couple weeks ago.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And
if they're under the 50%, we're going to talk about them.
I'm singing the same tune. I mean, you're getting everything from a defense. Not great offense, but he's putting in points for you, grabbing rebounds. I don't know why you wouldn't have this guy on your team.
Yeah. He's a guard, of course. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get those assists. But look at the turnovers. I mean, he had 3 2 games ago, but it's 1 a game for the amount of minutes that he's playing. Like, it's looking pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Looking pretty damn good.
Yeah, the thing that stands out the most to me are the defensive stats. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, he's a great guy to have on your roster.
Mm-hmm. As a point guard, he has 5 blocks in his last 2 games. Get that out of here. What the hell? I mean, don't get me wrong. Look at Alex Caruso, defensive dynamo. But, I think he's leading the league at like a 2.5 clip or something like that, steals per game. But Beverly's looking really good. The rebounds are there too. 3, 6, and 7. He's got 16 rebounds in his last 3 games playing at the 1. The game before that, he only had 1, but he only played 23 minutes. I'm assuming he probably got into foul trouble. And the game before that, he had 7 and 6. Like, yeah, he's playing at a really great pace right now, playing a lot of minutes, points leagues, cat leagues, whatever it is. You got to own this guy. 22%. That's a joke. All right, we got 2 more here. These are I'm gonna let Blake do these guys. Blake has got the deep finds here. The deep finds. Jeremiah Robinson Earl and Shamizi Mutu. Why don't you walk us through your thought process here, Blake, on these 2? I had to look up who Robinson Earl was. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. I really don't have a thought process on it. The only thing that I have to say is they're getting minutes right now, and Jeremiah Robinson Earl, he's just been playing well. He's hitting his shots. He's literally he has over 5 rebounds in pretty much every game he's played.
5 straight games, yeah.
Yeah. So, he's just getting the minutes all of a sudden, and he's playing well in those minutes. I really don't have anything else to say about him except add him.
Yeah, good enough for me. 25, 26, 22, 29 minutes his last 4 games. I'm with it. What do you think, Steve?
I'm sold. I don't know much about these guys. I love the name Shamizi Mutu, though. I'll root for that guy.
Yeah, I know. Fun names always make for a good time. I wish, Facundo Campazzo could play more meaningful minutes. But we digress. But yeah, all right, let's move on to Chimezie Mutu. So starting tonight for the Kings, I was like, what the I couldn't even get any props on him. I was like, all right, Blake's got this guy, he's 31% rostered, 29% plus in the last day. That means he was at a 2% clip of ownership rate. 4-8-2, 16-10, 14-5, 13-6-1 his last 4 games. He's playing well, but he's actually, playing these meaningful minutes. He's going to be a starter tonight, going up against the Raps. I don't love the matchup per se against Siakam, but minutes are minutes, right? I mean, I'm with it.
Yeah. Luke Walton really likes the guy. So Luke Walton also said before this game that he would continue to start for at least a few more of these games.
Yeah.
He's coming off an impressive 3-game stretch, averaging 14.3 points, 7 boards, a little less than 1 steal, a little less than 1 block, and almost 3 triples in 25.5 minutes a game. So what's not to like?
That. Yeah, can't hate that. Can't hate that. Who's hurt for them? Who is hurt for the Kings?
I think he's taking over for Marvin Bagley.
No, Marvin Bagley wasn't playing any minutes whatsoever. He was playing no meaningful time. I think Mo Harkless. I think they were starting Mo Harkless because Bagley. I'm going to pull it up right now. He was doing nothing. He's played in literally 3 games this season.
Yeah, he replaced Mo Harkless.
Yeah. So that's what it was. But Mo Harkless he's not hurt. I guess they're just trying something different. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
It's not going to be Tristan Thompson apparently because Luke Walton isn't a motivator to Tristan Thompson. What a punchline that was. I couldn't find a better way to say nicely, I don't want to be here. I didn't understand why you hate on Luke Walton, man. Is there something there? He used to play maybe when you came into the league. I
don't even know if they had overlap.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Maybe it's that Cavs Warriors rivalry they had back. Wasn't he the coach there for a little bit when Kerr was
that a thing? I don't even know.
I mean, well, did you? Between them two, I don't know, but the Cavs Warriors was obviously a storyline for 3 years.
All right, maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but yeah, that was just a weird statement, comment, process. Please trade me. That's all I could hear. That's all I could hear and all that. But I don't know. We maybe a topic for another show to revisit. All right, let's jump into our live betting segment. We've got some games that have already taken off, of course. We're going to get some live odds and updates. If you haven't already, be sure to smash the like button, share the video, and follow us on youtube.com/take it to the Hizzy. Let's go. All right, so get some NBA live action here. We've got the Pacers and the Hornets. Yes, Hornets are up big. I took the Hornets straight up in this one, giving us very good value on the money line. Right now, Pacers and Hornets, pick them. Plus 500 for the Pacers. They're down by 15. Hornets up by 15. Totals 220, 63-48 at halftime. What do you guys like?
What was the spread for the Hornets?
They have no
right
spread.
Now, though?
There's no spread available. It's only a pick 'em.
Oh, okay. Well, I still like the Hornets to go here. I need 11 points, 10 points out of Sabonis in the second half. So nice. I like the Hornets to win it, though. They're playing really, really good basketball right now.
They are. They score a ton of points, man. I'm going to look up where they're at right now, actually, in the league ranking. What do you like here, Blake? I'll also toss this to you, Blake. What do you think about a 2.5 point spread for the third quarter? Would you go in favor of the Hornets or the Pacers?
I'd go in favor of the Hornets. I think that I think that they can double that. I honestly, if you get more for your money, take it to 4.
Let me see if I can, Blake. And by the way, the Hornets rank second in the league in total points scored. Let's see. The Hornets, I'm getting at plus 2.5. Wow. Plus 2.5. And it's paying minus 125 just for the third quarter. Be mindful that the Hornets outscored the Pacers in this first quarter by 5 points, and they outscored them by 10 in the second. So getting the Hornets at plus 2.5 seems ideal, I'll say, for the third quarter. There's some value there. Really. Obviously, there's nothing on the pick 'em. For the total, you probably want to stay away from it because the Pacers are, not doing their job to put up points. So I like the Hornets in the third quarter plus 2.5. And that's pretty much all I got here. All right. Moving on. Wow, Warriors still up over the Pistons. I got to look up this box score. I don't know who the hell is playing for them tonight. They've got no Steph,
Wiggins.
no Iguodala, no Dre. Oh, I got Wiggins on my fantasy team. Let's go. You got that pulled up, Steve?
Yeah, it's loading up right now. That's the only one. When I was looking over their report, it seemed like everyone on their team was out. Yeah, Wiggins having a good day, and Jordan Poole. 22 points for Poole and 12 for Wiggins.
Poole likes to put up points for sure. Let me see here. Wiggins, he's at 24 fantasy points right now. Let's see who else is doing stuff. Well, we'll just keep moving along here with the live picks. Warriors at 5-point lead here at halftime. Warriors right now are 4.5-point favorites in the game, and the total is at 205. I like the total. We're already at 106 here. We're well on pace for the total of 205. What do you guys like?
All right, one more time.
We're on pace. The total is 205 and a half. Yeah, it's 205 live at halftime. Yeah. And the total right now is at 106 to start the game, to start the first half.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah. What about the Warriors to cover the 4.5?
I don't like that.
It's so tough when they're missing all these people. Mm-hmm. I still think that they can do it, especially when you get late in the game. Right. Might get some fouls to go in their way.
I'll take the plus points.
I'm gonna go the Warriors still, and that's because last week when we had our show, Steve, we were talking, Bulls, Golden State. They had a big matchup, and we were talking heavily about how both of those teams were playing great defense. They're both top 5 in the league in defense. The Warriors just have this chemistry on the floor that's just it feels like unmatched by anyone right now. Like they play in such synchronization, moving the double team from one side to the other of the floor constantly. They bring a lot of pressure on opposing guards and forcing them to make mistakes, putting balls where they don't want to, constantly keeping the ball moving into a situation where they're either up against the clock or up against a bad shot. So give me the Warriors here. I still think that their defense will outweigh the Pistons' youth and, playing at home. All right, Lakers, Celtics. We got Lakers leading 42-35. We have a 4.5-point spread in favor of the Lakers and a total of 227. There is 9:35 left in the second here. We're looking at a score of 77, 227. I don't hate the over 220. Well, now it's down to 226. And then, like I said, you have a 4.5-point spread. What do you guys like?
I think the score stalls out, so I'm going to go under on that 226. Okay. I don't love the Lakers at -4.5. I'd like if it got smaller, like where I think when it tipped off, it was like a 1 right around there or something. If I had to, I'm going to lay the Lakers. I just don't have faith in Boston right now. I hear you.
While Blake gives us his take, can you tell me what these big men are doing for the Celtics? So I'm seeing Enes Kanter on the floor, and I'm wondering about that, if he's going to play more minutes tonight or not. What do you got, Blake?
Kanter has 7 minutes right now, 3 rebounds.
Okay.
I agree. I think that Boston is just going to slowly give this game away, and 4 points seems too small to me. Mm-hmm. I am going to agree with the under. Both teams just aren't that great at shooting the ball. Yeah, right. There's going to be some easy buckets given up underneath the basket, but I just don't see it going over.
All right. I like the under. It's now moved up to 227.5. I'll still take that under. And I like the Lakers just because the Celtics are missing Robert Williams, and he seems to be kind of that glue in the paint. They can play a little bit better defense, get a couple more stops for them. I would trust Kanter more if they just played him more. They just haven't really been giving him great minutes or great playing time. So I don't trust the Celtics inside, and I feel like when we get late in this game, you got LeBron back, his first game back, he's going to be a little bit more tired. Obviously, West Coast team coming to the East Coast. I think they'll try to look for easier baskets, and they'll find them in the paint. All right, next up, we've got the Magic over the Nets. Dear God, 58-41. The Magic are 5.5-point favorites here. The over is at 226.5. Definitely going to the under there. James Harden's like the only weapon the Nets have right now. Anyone that you're going to take seriously, anyways. I can't touch that spread. I can't bet the Magic -5.5 any day.
Why not?
Because Magic, I bet against bad teams, not for bad teams.
They're not that bad of a team.
They're not very good either. Very not good.
Apparently, the Nets aren't either.
Well, yeah, they're missing like everybody, but that's where like these moments where we're like, oh, I'm so glad that I stayed away. Like, I'm glad I didn't take the Nets at -10 or buy them down to 9. Like, because I was thinking it, not lying. And then I saw KD was out, and I said, peace, not touching it. No, thank you. So yeah, I hate this game. The Nets do better. Like, what's your problem? They got a great record. You should not be laying eggs to the Magic. I don't care who's in your lineup, but 225.5 is the live total, 4.5 is the spread. Steve, you want to play with some Magic?
Yeah, I actually think they do. I think that the Nets are so depleted right now that they're gonna win this game, and they'll cover that. Jalen Suggs is on fire with 17 points right now. Mo Bamba dumped in 10. I just don't like many people on the Nets to get it done. It's really only James Harden, Patty Mills. I can pray for Blake Griffin, but it's not looking good.
Maybe some Bruce Brown.
Yeah, some Bruce Brown. How's Griffin looking? They got 41 points. Does he have 5 of them yet?
No, he looks like shit. He scored that for those first 2 when he started. Now I don't even know if he's seen the floor.
Do the Magic still have Chuma Okeke?
Chuma, another one like what was that guy we just had?
Kamazi Mutu.
Yeah, I like that. They do still have him. He's got 4 points tonight.
Well, then they got big problems because that dude ain't gonna isn't gonna let Blake Griffin do shit. Excuse me. His name's Chuma Okeke, and he's a big bad dude. All right, next up we got the Clippers and the Pelicans. They're up 22-14. This one just started here. Clippers off to a good start. Now they're at 7.5 favorites. Over-unders at 213. I mean, I think we can all just safely just roll with the Clips there.
Yes.
And then we got the Thunder and Bucks getting started. Bucks are up big. They're up 14. They're up 14. They're covering for now, but I'm still laying the holy hell. I'm the Thunder at 17.5. I got to double down. I got to do it. I said to take
a pretty good number to have.
Yeah, 17.5. Like I'm all over that. I'm betting that live right now. That is happening.
Did you see Dort? He exploded the other night. I think he dropped in like 35. I think that was on Thursday.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's awesome. They just get these random performances like that. Like I said, they're 6-2 ATS in their last 8. Like I was like, that's kind of surprising. I mean, they're not very good. What's their record? OKC, only 6-8 on the year. I mean, 8-6 ATS. So good teams win. Great
2
teams
wins
cover.
against the Lakers also.
It's
something. Come on, you got to give it to the Thunder. They don't got much going for them except for 47 draft picks.
Thunder have made me money. I've bet on them to cover games, so I don't hate them. I don't put them in the same tier as the Pelicans or the Magic.
Right.
Well, you need to put some respect on the Magic too. Look at them out here tonight. What? I don't know. There's been a lot of slander. That's all I'm saying.
And for the correct reasons. They're bad. They're not a good team.
Cole Anthony, man, he's a star.
I ain't got nothing against Cole Anthony. He puts up production. Let's look at some Orlando here. 28th in total score on offense, 22 on defense. Go Magic defense. That's the best thing they got going for them right now. They rank 24th in 3-point percentage, 28th in field goal percentage. They're bad. They're not good. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't like them. I bet against them. I make money betting against them. Same with the Pelicans. I want to say it's the same with Detroit, but Detroit, they have thrown one in my face the most probably of upsets. And I was able, I'm probably like, I don't know, 10, 11 days clean of betting on the Spurs. Knock on wood. So I've been staying away from the Spurs, but the Bengals are playing this week, so I'm losing money. They've got a close matchup with the Raiders. I think it's even on the road, so they'll probably get like -140, +140 something, and I'll be a sucker and I'll take it. I'm a sucker for the Bengals, but no longer the Spurs. I'm getting better as a person. I'm evolving. All right. All right. It's happening. All right. Well, that wraps it up here. I'm watching the Lakers up by 5 right now. I'm going to ride out this last possession because Tatum's probably just going to chuck it up, draw a double team, and just chuck it up.
Not wrong.
Yeah, he drew a double team and then threw it to Cantor, who was in another double team. The far wing was wide open. Jason Tatum is an enigma this season. I don't know what that guy's deal is, but he's got to get it together for my fantasy squad.
Turns into crunch time and he turns into a vagina.
Something, yeah, anything that just shrivels up and hides from itself, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Cantor to the free throw line. No bricks, just all swish, all gas. All right, cool. Good job. All right, you got anything to close it down with, boys? We're out of here.
Let's go, Blake Griffin.
Nothing much.
Let's go Bulls. That game start yet?
No, actually, no. That's right. Let's go Bulls. I like that.
I got the Bulls at the plus 100. I'm going to go nuts when DeMar DeRozan scores that first bucket, and then I have to watch the entire game because I got first bucket with a win. I'll lose my shit. I will lose my shit. Going, what is it? Uncut gems on them. Going first bucket. Give me the tip off. Give me the 5 rebounds. Give me the 20 points, and I win.
Yes,
I love that scene. I love that scene so much. It's like one of my favorite movies that I've only seen one time because my wife never wants to watch Uncut Gems. And she's like, you talk about gambling like all the time. Like we just like watch like Game of Thrones or something, Like, all right. Take care, everybody. Be good. Like Blake said, have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you guys on Black Friday. Take care. Be good. Be well. If you can't be good at it. We'll see you.